Right. Everybody understand? So let's say, for example, 4 goes into 12 3 times. So in essence, you would multiply, right? 3 multiplied by 3 to get the new numerator value. Right, that for me? So let me write an example. So we say 3 divided by 4, which has LCM 12. 4 goes into 12 3 times. Right? So therefore we say 3 times 3 gives the new numerator. That gives us now 9. Everybody understand? Let's do it for the next one now. 3 into 12 goes how many times?
4 times.
So we're gonna say now 1 divided by 3, right? Which has a LCM of 12. 3 goes into 12 4 times. So therefore, 4 times that 3, 4 times that 1, I should say, gives us 4 as the new numerator. See that done for me? Yeah. Bold here. How about let's bold here. And let's bold here. So when we have those values now as our new numerators, we're essentially gonna say, well, the first numerator carry back the operation, and in this case, what was the operation between the two values? Anyone? It is subtraction right here. So they were subtracting first. So we're gonna say all divided by the LCM. All right, and let's look at how this is done. We're gonna say now 9 divided by 12 minus, what's the second one? 4 divided by 12. And that gives us 9 minus 4 is
5.
5 divided by
5
12.
over 12.
Right. So this is our new fraction when worked out. But we still need to combine it back to the whole number. Right. And that gives us,
which would be 3 and 5 over 12.
3 and 5 over 12. That's our answer. Everybody understand? So here's the steps. I want you to just look at it, write it down. Let me space it out a little bit more.
After that, if you don't write it down, you go to jail, right? So,
metaphorical jail, right? And here we go. So let's work out the steps. Follow along with me, right? Because I'm on a device, right? You have the opportunity now to have the notes for yourself after class, right? So that was the first question I wanted to go through. The second one now, you're gonna help me with it since you know how to do fractions now. We're gonna say 10. Let's go here. So we're gonna say now, question 19. Let me bold it. There we go. Question 19. Everyone seeing it? Here we go. 10 and 6 divided by 7 minus 5 and 3/4. Everyone seeing it? Let me check. Khalil, scroll down for me.
yeah, no, scroll down or scroll up?
Scroll down.
I'm going to just like which exercise are we going to do? Are we going to learn from the math textbook or from the math notebook today?
We're writing in our math notebooks to understand the exam that we did. All right. So let me move it up to the top. Can you see question 19 now? It's supposed to be at the top. So scroll up for me, Khalil.
So should I stop sharing screen, sir?
No. Just scroll up. Scroll up to the top.
I can't scroll up anymore. So
all right.
YouTube.
Click. Press it up. Yeah, there you go. Thank you. Okay. So now we're going to go through this question. Following the same steps that we just did, what is the first thing we do? we subtract the whole numbers, correct?
Yes.
Right. So let's just quickly go through that. So we're going to say the whole numbers is therefore 10 minus 5, which is equal to 5. And
5.
the next step now is to combine the fractions. And what's the operation between the fractions? Operations between the fraction is equal to, is it addition, subtraction, multiplication?
Subtraction.
Subtraction. Good. So that's the first thing you need to do. Identify the operation. Because if it's multiplication, it follows a different process which we'll get into. Right, so let's continue. So now doing this question says 6 divided by 7 minus 3 divided by 4, and we need to find the LCM. What's the common value between 7 and 4?
28.
28. And the reason why is because when you multiply 7 times 4, that gives you 28. That's the first common value between both of them. Right. So we say now 28 is the LCM. So how many times does 7 go into 28?
4 times.
Right. 12. So we're gonna say 4 times the numerator, which is 6, right? Minus 4 into 28 goes. 4 into 28 goes how many times?
7 times.
7 times. So we're gonna say now 7 times the numerator, which is 3, right? All divided by the LCM, and that gives us equal to 6 fours. 6 fours, guys.
24.
24 minus 21, correct?
Yes, sir.
Right, and the LCM was originally 28, so we can just put 28 here. Right, when we work out 24 minus 21, that gives us 3 divided by 28. Right, so in summary, we're going to now add back the operation, which is the 5, and we're going to say 5, 3 divided by 28. Right. Everybody understand fractions and mixed numbers now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right, good. So when I give you a question as your exercise for after class, you can do it. Yes, no, maybe so?
Yes, sir.
All right, good.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Now, let's move on now to another question that I thought you guys were having a little bit of trouble with. Let's go to question, let's see. Question 21. Let me go for it. Question 21. All right. You should see that at the top of your screen coming up in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Right. Do you see it?
Yes, sir.
So we're talking about decimals now. Remember, we're converting this 3 divided by 8, converting 3 divided by 8 to decimal.
Yeah, you hate, but I says like, what is the least favorite topic in maths?
Any topic that my students don't understand, because that's the one I have to focus mostly on. So that's always my goal. I don't really have a preference. I just ensure that all the topics you guys understand. But in terms of this one,
I says like, what if you get something? I says like, are you good with Ceci now?
repeat.
Answer, are you good with trigonometry?
Trigonometry, yes, I'm good at that. So that's gonna be what you go into next.
That's why they call computation in maths, sir.
Because you're solving things by finding answers, and that's computing. Same as how your computer finds solutions for you when you're searching in Google, right? But in this question, Khalil, right? What is this 3 divided by 8? It is called a fraction, right?
Yes, sir.
So that means that this 3 divided by 8 is less than 1. 3 divided by 8 is less than 1. And all decimals we know is a fraction because you're less than 1. Right? So we're going to say now all decimals and fractions are less than 1. So that is why we can convert so easily. Okay. No. This 3 is being divided by 8. So in other words, you're using division to find the decimal form. So using division to find the decimal form. Right, and we're going to use something called long division. Anyone ever heard of it before?
I heard of it, sir. So that as sir, what if somebody who has 40 equals, but he wants to give 49 to his friends, like, what will happen, sir?
You have to divide by equally. So in this case, right, Khalil, you're learning about long division, and I'm pretty sure you guys did touch it earlier, but I want to go over it quickly.
But can you answer a question, sir? So like, answering yes a question, sir, so like there are 4 friends, sir, but there are only 18 cookies, but 4 cannot divide 18. What will happen, sir? You're going to get a remainder, just like what will the friends?
Right, you get a decimal number, right? And you learned that earlier
Right.
where you would say, right, exactly. But in this case, Khalil, we're talking about numbers that don't even have a value of 1 in case of a fraction. So we're not converting 18 divided by 14 to a decimal. We're converting 3 divided by 8, which is less than 1, right, to a fraction. And let's see how that is done. So when we use long division, right, the first thing we need to understand is that there are parts of a long division. You have the dividend, the divisor, and the quotient. Right, let's go through each of them. So the quotient, that's going to be the answer that's at the top of the long division. Are you guys seeing the screen? Wait, stay at the top, Khalil. Yeah, stay at the top. So the quotient, so let me just divide this quickly. The quotient, the divisor, and the dividend. There we go. So in the dividend and the divisor, those two numbers are what is being computed together. So the divisor in this case would be a number that's dividing the number inside. So let's say, for example, 3 and 8. So we're going to say which part is it. So the answer is going to be the quotient. The divisor, right? That's going to be the number that's outside of the long division, which is 8 in this scenario. And the dividend, right, it's going to be the 3 that's inside. Understand? So let me go for a picture just to show you what I mean. Quickly, let me go for a picture right here. Okay. All right. Look at this picture for me, Khalil. Let me upload it. All right, there you go. Okay, it's uploading. So, do you see the picture? It's right below the PDF. It's right above the PDF, right above it. Right? Click outside, Khalil. Click anywhere outside, right? Anywhere outside. Yeah, yeah. There you go, there you go, there you go. Okay. So now in this picture, I want you to pay keen attention to the 8, the 3, and the 0. So when you say, for example, can 8 go 1 time into 3? That means basically, can you get one value of 8 from the number 3? Anyone? No. You need at least 8 to get one value of 8. So you have to say 8 into 8 goes 1 time. And any number less than 8 will give you a result of 0. Understand? Everybody understand?
Yes, sir.
Right. So when we find that, wait, 3 is less than 8, so that means we get a quotient answer as 0. The next step is to multiply the quotient, which is 0, by the divisor, 8, and get the answer that will be below. Right. So let's go to the steps. So after we find, my bad. There we go. One moment. So after we find that 3 is less than 8, so that means we cannot get 1. We multiply 8 by 0 to subtract from 3. Let's go to that picture. So scroll down for me, Khalil. In the PDF, you're going to see where it says add a decimal place and a 0 to the dividend. Do you guys see that?
I'm unable to scroll down.
All right. Tell you what, I'll screen share.